Most people think that the craziest thing about Bill Gates is the fact that he paid $60 million for a 500-year-old book, the Codex Leicester, a collection of scientific writings by Leonardo da Vinci. This purchase, however, reflects Gates's deep appreciation for knowledge and history. But that's because they don't know that he imported several tons of sand from the Caribbean while building his home. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Bill Gates's philanthropic endeavors. He is a billionaire who stands head and shoulders above other billionaires, not just in wealth, but in his passion for giving back. Unlike most wealthy individuals who flaunt their riches, Gates is always on the lookout for more ways to give out money. Just like the time he invested over $5 billion of his own money into ridding the African continent of diseases like polio and measles, which means whole generations of children have Gates to thank for sound health.
You've spent a lot of your time personally on polio, traveling to Africa and India. We're getting close. There was a big milestone in India. How do you think we're doing?
Well, this eradication campaign goes back to 1987. And the first years we made immense progress. And now we've got some countries that are tough. India was expected to be the very toughest country of all. And in fact, now we've gone more than a year without a single case. So that was very exciting.
As if that wasn't enough, Bill Gates also spent over $200 million creating a machine that turns literal poop into drinking water. It sounds insane to think that what was once stinky human poop could even be turned into drinkable water, but here's Bill Gates, all smiles as he takes a sip of that sewage water. Some of you might not have the guts to take a sip like Bill Gates, but it's more straightforward to subscribe to our channel and like this video, because this next thing will blow your mind. Helping Africans eradicate dangerous diseases is just a side quest for Bill Gates. His next primary mission is to create machines that have the power to control the weather. Bill Gates claims he wants to build these machines because they will help stop future hurricanes from happening. Knowing Gates, he doesn't mind spending billions of cold, hard cash if it gives him the power to control hurricanes. His foundation acts like a multi-billion-dollar wallet Bill Gates uses to take on problems that most countries would run away from, and he is just getting started. While he might act like a billionaire with a heart of gold, Gates isn't one to shy away from spending on the finer things in life. In 2023, he was the first to commission the world's first hydrogen-powered super yacht. This bad boy will be made using cutting-edge technology, and its creators say it will feature amenities like indoor pools, an insane owner's pavilion, floor-to-ceiling windows, and hydro massage rooms. Bill Gates might convince himself that he commissioned the hydrogen-powered super yacht because he cares about the environment. But don't let that fool you, because he is filled with outrageous supercars. Because if there's one thing Bill Gates loves, it's to get behind the steering wheel of a crazy fast car and floor it down the freeway. His love for fast cars led him to the Porsche 959. But as soon as Bill Gates bought the German supercar, he realized it was one of the cars banned by the US government. And once he got the car shipped, it got seized by customs. It took Bill Gates 13 years and millions of dollars spent lobbying lawmakers to finally get the vehicle released to the Microsoft billionaire.
Since cards are like life. Oh my God, this is big.
Oh
my God.
Double war.
war. You killed.
Oh, triple war!
That's the smile of someone who knows he can get anything he wants in the world. While Bill Gates' Porsche 959 was locked up, he had to make do with other cars. And this is where the iconic Porsche 911 comes in. Bill Gates couldn't wait until his 959 was released, so he bought a $125,000 Porsche 911 to fill the hole left in his heart. From the look of things, the 911 didn't do the deed because Gates still added a $200,000 Porsche 930 Turbo and a $180,000 Porsche Taycan to his fleet. With his craving for Porsche satisfied, Bill Gates set his eyes on other supercar brands, and the first acquisition on his long list was a little Italian car brand called Ferrari. And Bill Gates opted for the classics with a $120,000 Ferrari 348, since it was one of the last cars supervised by Ferrari's founder. This Italian beauty comes with a 3.4-liter V8 engine that can produce up to 300 horsepower, and with the ability to go from 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds, it's a viable option for speed junkies like Bill Gates. There is no denying that Bill Gates has a soft spot for classic sports cars, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a thing for modern cars too. He went out of his way to get a $120,000 Tesla Model X. And when Bill Gates doesn't want to move like a billionaire, he does so in his $15,000 Ford Focus, which is the cheapest car in his garage. This choice of an everyday car shows his humility, but that's where the humility ends, because Bill Gates' jet collection is just as massive. When you are as rich as Bill Gates, waiting in line to board public planes is a hassle. So you do the most sensible thing and buy a whole fleet of private planes. And when we say a fleet of planes, we mean it in every sense of the word. Because when Bill Gates decided it was time to buy his first jet, he didn't just buy one, but two $30 million Bombardier BD700s way back in 1997. When only a few people in the world could have whole planes to themselves. It didn't just end there, because Gates also bought two $55 million Gulfstream G650 ERs, which became his palaces in the sky, with the ability to take him all around the world for business meetings and lavish parties. These planes are top-notch for comfort in the sky, due to their spacious lounging areas and even a bed for those long flights. But these are Bill Gates' large planes, and what do you think happens when he wants to fly the plane himself? If your answer was he buys a Cessna, it's correct, because Bill Gates also owns a $2.6 million Cessna 208 amphibian, which serves as his amateur plane when he wants to take a trip to his private island. You heard that right. Bill Gates has a private island off the coast of Belize called Grand Bogue Cay, which he bought for $25 million. We've had a bad experience with billionaires who own their islands in the past, so we hope nothing unlawful goes down on the island, because it would jeopardize the next thing we're about to talk about. No one wants that because it's one of the oldest books in the world. The manuscript is called the Codex Leicester, written by legendary artist and inventor Leonardo da Vinci in 1508. This book is said to hold Da Vinci's scientific observations on astronomy, geology, the nature of fossils, and other trippy drawings of never-before-seen inventions. It was a back door into the mind of a genius like Leonardo da Vinci, making it a rare find that any billionaire worth his salt would want to own. Bill Gates knew he had to own this manuscript, so when it popped up for auction, Gates blew the competition out of the water by dropping $30 million on the book in 1994. With a masterpiece like the Codex Leicester, Bill Gates knew he had to find the perfect place to store such a book, so he began building his house many years later. Let's say it makes your house look like a sandcastle. Bill Gates wasn't going to cut corners for the monumental project that would end up being his primary residence. So he used the finest quality materials to put everything together in Medina, Washington Estate. To start, Bill Gates had construction workers import over 3 million pounds of sand from the Caribbean to ensure his home always felt like a tourist destination year-round. The mansion was eventually named Xanadu 2.0 after a fictional home from the movie Citizen Kane, and it took over 300 construction workers to build the house. The most shocking part about the project is the fact that 100 of those workers were electricians. If you're wondering why it would take 100 electricians for a single project, the answer lies in the fantastic high-tech systems Bill Gates had them install. It utilized millions of sensors throughout the home to allow Gates to set specific temperature and lighting settings that change as soon as he walks into any room. The mansion is also filled with lifelike artwork on the walls that you can change with the touch of a button. It continues because Gates had speakers built into the walls so that music follows you from room to room. If you want to forget about the mansion's high-tech gadgets, there's also a trampoline room with a 20-foot ceiling for anyone stupid enough to bounce around like a kid, and a massive dining hall that looks like something you would find in the Queen of England's castle. If you're into movies, Gates has a cinema that can take up to 20 people at a time, with 6 kitchens, so he can feed an army when the time comes. As one of those billionaires who loved reading, Bill Gates built a 2,100 square foot library to house his vast collection of books. And we can tell that it's his favorite place in the whole house because that's where he keeps the $30 million Codex. Even though Bill Gates never revealed how much he spent building the gigantic property, reports show that it's worth at least $127 million, making it one of the most expensive homes ever built. What makes it even more crazy is that it's just one of Bill Gates' homes, since he still has other expensive properties scattered all over the country, like his $43 million San Diego mansion, which overlooks the beach and is surrounded by other beach houses for millionaires who want to blow off some steam. His other property can be found in Wellington, Florida for $21 million. And unlike single-home properties, it is a 30-acre horse farm with several mansions. There are rumors that he bought the estate just so his daughter could ride her horses. And that's a lot of space for some horse riding hobby. But that's something only a billionaire would do. Do you think Bill Gates spends more money than other billionaires like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos? Let us know in the comments section below.